couples. I hope everybody's doing well. This is lesson number three. In this lesson, we're talking about unpacking your baggage with your partner. So, like I said, that's why it was imperative that we went over the trust in the last lesson, lesson number 2, so that we can, of course, address all the trust, so that you all can address all the trust issues that you've had over the years, and in order to, of course, solve those, work through those. Hopefully, you all did your work. I'm sure that you all did because you're on lesson number 3. So, like I said, that's why that trust was so important, because without the trust, we cannot move to you, of course, forward with unpacking your baggage with each other if you're not able to, of course, at least trust each other and trust that your partner will keep your information sacred. So with that, so like I said, this is definitely lesson number 3. And I just want to welcome you all again. Once again, I'm Tonetta Clay. I'm your relationship coach at Speak Your Truth. And I want to welcome you to, like I said, this is lesson number 3 in the series called Unpacking Your Baggage, Improving Your Communication, I guess the communication within your relationship. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, now see, the first thing is first. We all know that the past is the past, but we all know that unresolved issues from the past will, of course, come creeping in all our relationships that we have. I'm hoping that you all have realized that by now. That's where I was going. But like I said, definitely all the issues that we have growing up as kids, as teenagers, all the things that we went through, all the times that we were hurt, embarrassed, shamed, shut down, all that kind of stuff, all those kind of things will, of course, play on and play in your current relationship. And we, of course, have to work through that. And like I said, that's why this particular lesson is called, it's going to be unpacking your bag with your partner. Yes, I know that's going to be very scary for you to do, especially if you have not done it before. But like I said, you have to get in the mode of doing that, especially if it's your partner. You all are, of course, gelling together. You're doing well, that kind of thing. You love each other. You're, of course, on the same team. So, of course, by you being on the same team, the same power team is what I'm calling y'all. Like I said, by being on the same power team, you have to know that you can, of course, make it through anything with your partner. That's where, like I said, that all that trust came in lesson number 2. But like I said, definitely you know that you can, of course, unravel your vulnerabilities with your partner. So definitely just keep that in mind. And like I said, they don't know who they're really dealing with. They know that you're their wife or their committed partner, that kind of thing. But they may not know all the issues and all the things that you've had occur in your life, all the experiences that you went through, and all the things that you may have even seen growing up, I guess, throughout these years of your life. They may not have known all those things or not know anything about them at all. And like I said, in order for you all to move forward, you are, of course, going to have to start opening up and letting your partner know who you are. And while I know that's a scary thing, trust me, I know I've done it. I've done it many a times, actually. It is definitely very scary. You're not knowing how your partner's going to react to you when you're opening up and that kind of thing. You're not going to know if your partner's going to get upset or even triggered by something that you're saying. So, and that, like I said, it's definitely scary. But, of course, you're going to make it through this. Trust me. You're definitely going to make it through this. I know it may seem like it's a big feat. It's something big that you have to do. But like I said, once you get into the mode of course, communicating more with your partner, opening up to your partner, of course, things are going to flow a lot more smoothly. And you won't even have, it will just actually just come natural to you. You won't even have to fight through it. Anything else is just going to be, you know what? Let me talk about da-da-da-da-da, whatever it is. Like I said, it's definitely going to come easy to you. Excuse me. And also in unpacking your bag with your partner, all the excess things, I guess baggage that you went through, all the environment that you all have created, if you all have created any of those, any unwanted behaviors like the arguing or the putting the other partner down or the sandbagging, that kind of thing, all those things that were created within your relationship, over time, of course, those things will, of course, start to dissipate as you both are feeling that you can, of course, talk to each other, you're more comfortable with each other, and you, of course, have a sense of openness with your partner. Like I said, your partner definitely wants to see that as well, I'm sure. They want to know who the heck they're dating, or what would happen in their life and that kind of thing. Like I said, that you definitely have to do so. And like I said, this is part of your lesson number 3. This lesson won't be as long as the other lessons, because like I said, this one is more of me just letting you know what's going on and why we're doing this exercise, I guess I put it that way. But then, like I said again, you will have your growth work, meaning that you'll have your homework for tonight, for you to, of course, go with your partner, whether you all are eating somewhere, you're silent, you're having a relaxing evening, that kind of thing, and, of course, to unpack your bag with your partner. Like I said, you don't have to start with all the heavy stuff first. You don't have to, unless you want to get it out the way because you're so nervous or anxious just to get it on out. But like I said, you definitely don't have to start with all the heavy stuff first. Just go in light. Of course, you can take your time over the next week. And of course, all the things that you wrote down in your session with unpacking your own bag, like I said, you can definitely start talking about some of those smaller things, some of those smaller issues, or some of the smaller challenges that you may be having, some of the triggers and things like that. Like I said, you definitely don't have to come in with full force unless you want to and that's your style. But if not, like I said, definitely come in slow. Like I said, that's your growth work. And that's for both of you to, of course, come in this particular lesson for the growth work for you all to, of course, work through this. You can, of course, support each other. You can, of course, walk each other through it. If you want your partner to read your I guess your actual triggers and that kind of thing, and what you put into your notebook or your journal in the first session when you're unpacking your own baggage, then have that person do that, and you can just walk them and talk them through as they're reading through it, and they're like, "Oh, hon, I had no idea this happened to you. How can I support you?" Definitely make sure that's one thing I wanted to say. When your partner is unpacking their baggage with you, couples, just remember, you, of course, you don't have to respond if you don't want to. It's fine. Just make sure that you're acknowledging, but not in your head at least, and letting them know that you hear them, you hear what's going on, and at times you can, of course, repeat things back to them, just to let them know that you heard them and you're on the same page. But like I said, you definitely want to ask, especially if it's something hard that they're trying to get out, you definitely want to ask, how can you support them in that moment? You never know if they just may need like a hug, or want to just lay their head on your shoulder or your chest, that kind of thing. Make sure that you're asking and supporting your partner. Don't just leave them out there to dry and you're not asking them how they're feeling. Are they sure they're okay? How can you support them? How do you want them to, of course, walk through this with you, that kind of thing. Make sure that you're supporting your partner. You don't want, like I said, just leave them out there to dry and like they're all alone. Folks want to know that you're, of course, with them, you understand them, and that you got their back. So like I said, with that power couple status, that's what you all have to get to. I guess I put it that way as well. And it's not going to be the first time that you probably try, I'm sure, but like I've said in other lessons, it's going to take a little bit of time. So let's keep that in mind. But I just want to make sure that you know that unpacking your bag with your partner and the reason for doing so, like I said, it'll definitely bring you all closer to the ideal couple that you all want to be. Like I said, I know a lot of times that we, of course, walk around and put on this facade and this front in front of our partner, and not able to, of course, show our vulnerabilities or show our triggers or different things that we've been through. Like I said, going through this kind of exercise, unpacking your bag with your partner, you'll get to know exactly who your partner is, I guess I put it that way, and what they're capable of, and all the positive things about them, all the dark things about them that may have happened, and how you can best support them. Like I said, you have to be there for your partner. You both are there for each other. So, I mean, like I said, you definitely have to make sure that you all, of course, like I said, on the same page. You know each other. You know who you're dealing with, that kind of thing, so you can, of course, move forward. And with that, like I said, the growth work again for this evening and for the next week until you get to lesson number 4, your growth work is going to be, of course, unpacking your bag with your partner. Make sure that you have your notebook that you wrote down your first lesson in, which was all those triggers, what kind of things trigger you, what kind of behavior patterns you have, all those kind of things, the things that you wrote in your journal on your notebook. You're going to, of course, bring that notebook or that journal with you if you all are going to the park or wherever you all are going to have your session at. I guess I put it that way. If you want to have it at home in the bed at night before you go to bed, or an hour before you go to bed maybe, so you all can start unpacking and talking and working through things, then definitely do that. That's ideal as well. As long as you all are, of course, relaxed and you're not stressed, you're not having any kind of high emotions, upset, that kind of thing. As long as you all can walk through it and talk through it, then you all will be okay. Trust me on that. So like I said, that's definitely your growth work, making sure that you're meeting with your partner until you all finish all the journaling that you all did, all the things that you went through, all the experiences that you had and how they affected you. Once you're done with all your triggers and talking to your partner and unpacking your own baggage, like I said, then you should, I'm pretty sure, feel a whole 1,000 pounds lift up off your shoulders. I'm sure of that, because that's how I felt when I went through this process, and that's how other folks felt when they went through this process as well. So like I said, definitely take your time with this. Don't rush things. If you want to do one a day, if you have 5 or 10 or something like that, and if you want to do one a day or just continuously keep doing them, you don't have to finish them all tonight. You don't have to, that's fine. Like I said, but just definitely start somewhere and start small. So like I said, with that, couples, I want to say thank you all again. This is lesson number 3, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Once again, this is Tonetta Clay, the relationship coach at Speak Your Truth. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. And I hope to see you all, not hope to, but I will see you all in the next lesson. Take care of you all. Till next time.